Hi, guys. Welcome back to another episode of Lock In Podcast with your favorite dog, your favorite dad.
Welcome, people.
It's the usual. We're outside in the nature.
That's right. Getting this hotness in here.
We just wanted to give you some of Bloomington weather.
Yeah, I've been trying to get her to do it outside for a while, but obviously,
yes,
and
I haven't been feeling it. But we're outside. Fine. Episode 6. This is what you get from us. But we have a lot to unpack, and even just today, literally a couple hours ago.
Bam.
Breaking news, Mike Brown is most likely potentially signing to be the new head coach for New York Knicks.
I like it. I thought it was going to be Brunson's dad.
He did think it was going to be Brunson's dad.
Hey, I like Mike Brown. He was a very good coach.
Yep.
I think he did a really good stint in Cleveland and won coach of the year and ended up getting fired, which was weird.
So awkward.
You know what I'm saying? But it was around the same time LeBron was like, you know what? I think I'm leaving.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. Then he went to Sacramento. Did some good things in Sacramento. Got fired mid-season. I think that was last year.
Yep.
But between then, he went to Golden State and got a couple rings because he was there in 16 and 17 and 17, 18. I think around there when KD showed up and won a couple rings. So props to Mike Brown for staying diligent. I hope he gets a good chance at New York if he does decide to sign. And Mike, get that money. Because, you know what I'm saying, you getting fired quick. And so, you know what I'm saying, you better get your check early.
Like, make it worth it, babe.
You know what I'm saying?
Make it worth it.
New York is a Mecca, so, hey, get that Mecca money.
No, literally. I mean, speaking of money, there were 2 big signs. LeBron, he signed for only a 1 year, which I think people were interested, like, is that his sign to us that this is his last year?
I mean, I think for him, he definitely should stay in LA.
Yeah.
Finish out his career in LA because he got that money. I think I don't know, is Bronny still on the team?
Bronny's still on the team.
Oh, okay.
He made roster again. He's not going to not make roster.
There you go. Well, if I'm Bron, I'm just going to stay until Bronny leaves.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, if you're going to give me $50 million, stay until my son leaves.
Yeah.
Or whatever works out.
Make it the duo.
Yeah.
And maybe wait till Bryce, his youngest, goes to Arizona next year.
He's trying to wait for you have a whole LeBron James family.
Well, I'm just saying, his son is going to be a freshman in Arizona and could potentially go to the draft next year.
Is he that good?
Yeah. People say he's better than Bronny.
Ooh, interesting.
People say he's like always the younger brother, like ends up being like better than the older brother.
Well, I haven't seen him enough, so.
But you see it with like the Ball family.
Is that the one with the goggles?
Yes, he has goggles.
All right, cool. All right, hey, I'm going to tell y'all right now. Like I said, I bring it up every once. When you're out in the street at the park, watch out for the one with the goggles and the elbow pad.
Because they're going to work hard.
They go hard.
They're going to work hard. And then also another one was SGA signed just this beautiful chunk of money. And we looked at the stats right before this, and $212,000 a day. $1.5 million
a week?
A week. Yeah.
I don't even know what I would do with that kind of money. Besides, like I would feel like I would have to give some to charity.
It just hits the account.
Right.
And you're just like,
You just look. You don't even look at the bank anymore. You just be like, I just got the alert. It's there.
Literally. It's crazy.
That's good money.
But well deserved.
Yeah. I mean, for him to win all the categories.
MVP, and then you win a ring.
He's going
best record.
And they got it set. I mean, you got to look at OKC for the future.
Yeah.
You got one of the best player in the league.
Yeah.
Right.
And they bring
all of them are really
back.
young. Everyone's coming back.
I
do see a concern in a year or two though.
Yeah.
Because you're going to have to pay a lot of players, and that's what breaks up teams.
If they win a second ring, a lot of players will be like, okay, I want more.
Right. If I win a second ring, if I was on the team, I would take my options and try to get a max deal and go somewhere else. Just out of like I have 2 rings. I can go and see if I can do it somewhere else without SGA.
Yeah,
but if we come in next year and something fluky happens where we struggle and like don't get the playoffs or we get bounced early, then at that point, like, what is the GM looking for? At that point? That's going to be the really big case.
So you feel like you make a move like Miles Turner just did?
Ooh, I like the Miles Turner move though.
Because Miles Turner, on another hand, just signed his 4-year with the Bucks, $107 million.
It was 107?
$107 million. And they did that, and they waived Damian Lillard. Giannis, apparently,
no loyalty in the NBA.
According to the Bucks media, Giannis was not happy with the moves the Bucks made.
Yeah, I mean, Dame only had 2 years there.
Yeah.
And last year he tore his ACL or
ACL.
Something like that.
Yep.
So
he was done for this season regardless.
The loyalty is kind of that would be kind of throwing me off a little bit. Okay, if I'm Damian and I'm Giannis, I'm looking at like, yo, my man got injured we had chemistry starting to flow.
Yeah.
You bring in Doc Rivers,
the playoffs.
Right? You do these things, and then you're like, oh, we're moving forward. It may be a cash dump because Giannis in what 2 years? I think in 27, he's going to be looking for another max contract.
He will be. And he's leaving the Bucks.
So you think he'll leave? Wow.
He's not going to stay there.
Where would he go though?
Because I'm saying if his last season's 27, 28.
Right.
If they keep just only making it to the playoffs and getting cut, he's going to go somewhere else.
Yeah, I mean, doesn't have a ring there, and I just mentioned like if you get it. Get a ring, you can go see what happens.
But people say this will be Miles Turner's last place as well. You think
Miles Turner
like he'll finish?
He'll be back in Indiana or something random.
Oh, you think he's gonna come back?
Yeah, he only did it 4 years.
4 years, but he's already pushing 30.
He'll get traded back so he can retire there or something.
But that would be 14 years in the league. He did 10 years with the Pacers.
Oh man, I didn't know he was that old.
So you like why would you want to do another?
Yeah, well I can see that, and the Bucks lost Brook Lopez.
Yes, they did.
For Miles Turner as a replacement is
good for him. Cause. Good for him.
I think the Bucks did a good replacement there, but again, it could be a cash dump because I think Dame was going to average like almost another 50 or something.
I mean, it's Damian Lillard though.
His contract is long?
Is it still Damian Lillard?
Is it Dame time?
Like, is it still like he has that much value?
Man, I actually, that's a very good question. I don't know if he provides the value of $50 million a year.
I don't feel like it is either. And even when he was on the team, he didn't even play that much. If we're gonna be completely honest, he was always hurt and always out and back in and then back out.
It's very valid. I don't know. I think the injury, the return is gonna be the key. What he's gonna look like with off season and the playoffs with more rest. We'll see what he does. Yeah. I don't think a team is going to really invest in him as much unless he can pass a physical and show that he is still Dame time.
Fair.
You know what I'm saying? But for Giannis, who do you get to come in and help him out? They didn't spend any money.
Yeah, they didn't really.
Or they got I think we had a stat, it was like Porter Jr. Somebody starting.
Yeah, Porter Jr. And we'll get to that lineup.
Miles Turner, center.
Like boring. I'm bored. Like they didn't sign him when you're like, oh my god, like him and Giannis are about to go off. You're like, nah, because Miles Turner's not that type of player. He's a quiet. Yeah. He's a quiet player.
That is true, very much so.
But very much so. The NBA is all over the place. But one thing that I want to mention is the WNBA, which has always been on the rise. Like in the past couple years. Go ahead, give us some props. But Paige Buckers is the only rookie in WNBA All-Star. And I think that's amazing for her. And All-Star Weekend's going to be so good because I feel like the anticipation's huge now. Yeah. Like, no one was really going to it, but it's huge.
It is. The WNBA, hype it up. The WNBA has grown tremendously. And I wouldn't mind going to see a few games. I haven't had the opportunity to go. Yeah, I've watched them Fever game. On networks and everything. So it'd be great to go to a game and see the energy in person.
But now you can go back home to Detroit. If you didn't know, Dad's from Detroit, guys.
You know what I'm saying? 313.
Yes, and the WNBA just announced they're expanding, so they'll have 3 new teams. So Cleveland, 2028, Detroit, 2029, Philadelphia in 2030. But
man, who putting up the money for that?
I know, right? Anyway, but also I thought it was interesting is Indiana Fever player Sophia Cunningham.
All right.
She in a presser said she was not
got them flies out here.
She was not excited for those cities. She said she doesn't feel like they picked fun cities. Like they should have put a team in Florida. They should have picked like where the money is.
Well, I mean, you pick cities that you can invest in.
Fair. Right? Yes.
So if you can invest in a city like Detroit, that's great for the city.
It's like cities on the rise.
But, Florida probably had a whole bunch of money. They were probably asking for so much extra.
Yeah.
To get a team going there.
But you can't always just put those teams in. Because if you think about it, there's so much going on in those cities too.
Yeah.
How do you share? You can't always share the stadiums.
That is true. That is true. And the Pistons, they've been a kind of like a down and out team for a while.
Yeah, they're trying.
They just had a really good season this year.
They did, surprisingly.
And, so
because of Kate
it'd be a good crossover for them to have a little bit more revenue for the stadium.
Yeah.
Do maybe some upkeep or whatever. So that'd be great.
But shout out to our ladies. Shout out to the WNBA.
WNBA, holding it down.
Because they've been doing the thing. But on the other side of it, guys, we keep talking about NFL because
I love it.
We just want to reach it. I think I saw a stat. I know. I think
feel like it's NBA, NFL season. It was like it's OTAs out
games.
here.
I think I saw a stat that it was like only 60 days till kickoff for college football.
Well, yeah.
So only like 60 days left. But when we talk about NFL, another trade was Jalen Ramsey. He's leaving Miami Dolphins, going to the Steelers. Honestly, I don't really care.
Dang. That was deep.
I really feel like the Steelers do nothing for me.
Because the Steelers
and they haven't done anything for anyone.
They're a class act.
Only thing I love about them is head coach.
Yeah, you love Coach. My Tomlin, boy.
Like, he's one of the best coaches.
But that's why
he needs to...
There's no store. There's no extra. On? No, he ain't moving on. Man, Tomlin, you got a job forever, dog.
Let it go.
Stay where you at, coach.
I don't know.
Like, no matter what, you stay in Pittsburgh, they got to run you out of the city.
They might. Fair. You know what I'm saying? Think, though, NBA coaching and NFL coaching is so different.
Yes.
Like, NFL coaches, like, they rarely get fired.
Nah, they'll get fired quick. The problem is, it's hard to win.
Yeah. Okay,
all right.
Fair.
You can get a new coach, but they always want to change the culture. They always want to get their own coaching staff, their own player, whatever that is, right? The thing about Pittsburgh, for example, New England, when they was on their stretch, right? Yes. They had the same coach, same coordinators most of the time. They had, Brady was consistent. Yeah. Their players were consistent.
Gronk.
Right? Like, they had a core.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh's been doing that since day one with Tomlin took over.
But we're not winning.
Right? But they win. They haven't had a losing season yet. Now, 8-8.
Oh my gosh.
Is that losing?
Yes.
No. Yes. I mean, it's 500. It's 500. But I like what they're doing. You got Ramsey coming in. You got the rookie from Oregon, defensive line, big boy. I think he like 3-something.
Okay.
He's coming in. He's going to learn from Hayward and JJ about how to be, a true professional.
Okay.
They bring in Metcalf, right? You got Metcalf coming in there.
I hope he does something.
And they got old Aaron Rodgers for the cheap.
I don't want to hear it.
What, a year for $14 million?
Rodgers. He gives me nothing. I don't feel it. I'm not feeling it. He's like, I'm retiring. I'm not retiring. I'm retiring. I'm going to play for the Jets. I'm hurt. I'm retiring. I'm coming back. He's just doing it for the money, I feel like, at this point.
Yeah. Because he
doesn't actually even want to play.
I think he's doing it because he can't.
Yes, but that's annoying.
If I was a young player,
I'd be
quarterback,
pissed.
I'll feel a certain type of way that everyone is overlooking me and going to a dude that's like 40. You know what I'm saying? He's literally like 40.
Everyone thought he was going to go to the Jets and be like, oh my God, they're winning the Super Bowl. Boy got hurt.
They had a good team. The Jets had a good team with a good defense. And I think he did kind of blow that up.
He did. And then Coach got fired right after.
Yeah. Coach got fired. What? Didn't he get fired like walking onto the plane?
He got fired before the game was like even wrapped. The game was over. He was walking to the locker room. And they're like, sorry, you got fired.
Don't get on the plane.
No.
That's when you just throw your shake at the plane.
That's when you just like take the last free meal you have from them. Anyway, but there's going to be a lot of stuff going on with the NFL. We're really excited about it because we are football people.
I do like it.
We love college football and the NFL. So all of that's going to come. But the main thing is now we're going to go to our Who's Locked In. And we're going to ask Dad because we love Dad's opinion and the starting lineup because the big things that have been happening is the lineups are starting to make sense. Yes. All the NBA lineups, you're starting to see what teams are going to be like. For example, number 1 Cooper Flag, number 1 draft pick is going to the Mavs. So people are really liking him in the lineup. But the 2 main lineups I'm super curious about are the Houston Rockets. So Dad.
Killed it.
Are they locked in?
Houston Rockets are locked in as a true contender.
Okay.
Lock it in, folks.
Like I'm playoff right contender?
Now, playoff contender. Okay. They have a squad. So if you don't believe me, go ahead and look at the roster they just created.
I mean, name some names. You got Jabari Smith Jr., Kevin Durant, Amon Thompson,
25 points easy. Thompson, defense off the
Fred VanVleet,
point guard, general, holding it down and can get you a quick 15.
Tell me something. Steven Adams, Reed Shepard. It's just they have like the one white boy that's going to shoot threes. They just everything's making sense.
They pulled up with you did Finney Smith from the Lakers.
Smith. They signed him 4 years.
Man with a defensive stopper to take over from Brooks.
Scrappy.
Like, they did their thing. Like I did not see this coming. I did not expect.
Everyone's saying it.
Like I said it from jump. Like they should not give up the young core that they have.
They didn't.
And they didn't.
And they sprinkled some more.
Green. They gave him up in some draft picks.
They did give up Green.
Right. But this is a team that I think is built to compete with the veteran players between VanVleet and KD.
Yeah.
And then the young studs that can go in there and get you some defensive stops, get you some fast break points, come off the bench.
Yeah.
Lock Houston in right now.
Houston, everyone's saying like, wow, Houston like made a bunch of moves no one was prepared for, but they were smart. They didn't waste it last year. They waited till they knew that Jalen Green was up, and they made it all make sense. So they're locked in. And the last one, Milwaukee Bucks. So now Kevin Porter Jr., Kyle Kuzma, Giannis, Miles Turner. Is it giving?
Nope.
They're not
locked
in, guys.
They're not locked in.
They're not.
They're just biding their time to see if Giannis leaves or not.
Yeah.
That's all.
They're just trying to fill in gaps right now.
They want nothing to do with anything about a playoff run. They're literally just waiting. Yeah. So the rest of the NBA, I really like what teams are doing. I think they're all going younger. They're trying to build that deep bench like OKC did.
Yeah.
So, back in the day when it was the, big three with LeBron, Wade, and Bosh, right? They started this wave of you just get all-stars, you can win championships.
Mm-hmm.
But now you see teams are transitioning away from that. You got the change of the guard is coming in the NBA, people.
Yeah.
Like, it's coming and it's going to be here.
Kevin Durant said that. He was like, I don't feel like point guards that are 6', 6'1" are needed anymore. Nah. Like at this point, it's just not. No, it's not what you don't need them.
You gotta have some 6'4".
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Some 6'6", because all these players are athletic and talented coming out.
Yeah.
So you're gonna have to like a 6'1" point guard. You can't do nothing for him besides come off the bench.
Yes, but that should scare players like James Harden, Kawhi Leonard, like.
They're on their last.
You guys need to. I think those players will start to fit. More of the story is old players are out, new players are in. That's right. That's all we're saying. That's all we're saying. But yes, that was the main thing. Is that we feel like specifically the Bucks are just not locked in, but Houston's on the rise. So we're calling it now. We're gonna do our early prediction that Houston will make something happen.
They will make the playoffs next year.
Cross our fingers.
Everything goes according to plan. You know what I'm saying? Always want everyone to be healthy.
Yes.
That's Houston will make the playoffs.
It's in their luck.
You know who won't make the playoffs next year? Spoiler alert, it'd be Golden State. But we'll just you know what I'm saying? We'll leave that for y'all next year.
Fine. You know what? Next episode, we'll give our opinions on Golden State.
Yep.
That's what you guys know because we have very different opinions.
We do, yes. But you know what? That's fine because
Steph Curry.
You can talk about Golden State. I'll talk about the Rams. They're close enough.
Okay.
Geographically,
we're just gonna keep it in California. California next episode 7, guys.
I mean, they got a lot going down in there. You know what I'm saying? You got the Dodgers on fire. You know what I'm saying?
The land on fire.
You know what I'm saying? What the land is. It is.
Fire is a sensitive topic. Anyway, sorry guys.
We love y'all out there.
We do. We love you, Callie. We love you, Callie. But yes, we'll be back as always, guys, with another episode. And remember to look at all of our social medias: Instagram, TikTok, all the things. Dad posts his own opinions too on his TikTok and Insta. So just watch us, subscribe, like all the things, and we love you guys.
Appreciate y'all. Check us out.
See you guys next week.